dogs or
There's just no necessity
large
for that.
roaches, whatever.
What about the waterfowl? Flying around?
Okay, so.
Okay, I just
have we
needed your
done-
opinions once
we
more.
done
I got
decided
it clear.
Yeah.
I got it clear. Okay, the next item is noise complaints
Right.
regarding AC Transit.
Okay.
I was able to find the files and review,
I think someone might.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
does somebody want to make
Does somebody
comment on
wanna
that?
make a comment?
about the Powell Street Plaza sign?
No, 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 no. The
Oh, AC,
AC
sure.
Transit.
There's really never been any resolution since the last time that General Counsel Scheidegg came before you, the master of smoke and mirrors. There's been no resolution to any of the problems we had. We've got a new superintendent over there by the name of Coda. They've changed the ending time of the shifts, so we're back to the noise and the loud talk and the profanity and kids waking them up in the middle of the night and running in, getting in bed with their parents. And I mean, nothing has really happened. If anything, it's gotten a little bit worse in the last 3 or 4 months. And I don't know what the procedure is. Maybe Teresa can enlighten us, but I'd certainly like to bring Mr. Scheidegg back here on a potential for revocation of their use permit.
Yeah.
I have reviewed the files, and it wasn't clear to me from the files that the remediations that they had agreed to were actually completed or ever completed. So that's one thing we need to follow up on. Second element is that in the review and consideration of the Kaiser project late last year, the council adopted a resolution basically taking AC off the hook for following up, or let's see, the resolution basically says that the city will refrain from instituting any action regarding the bus maintenance facility for at least a year. So part of what you could recommend to the council is that we rescind that resolution if you want to follow up and pursue review of the noise complaints and the problems that we're having. And then the third, and that's kind of what you'd need to do, since there's official city policy right now is that we won't, I guess,
Isn't that year up anyway?
it's up in December. And then the third item would be to make formal noise measurements again with an acoustical engineer and see what the status of the problem is and how bad it is, and make sure that we know that we could follow up and rescind the permit with cause, because you do have to have a cause to take revocation action.
There was a discussion, and I can't remember what it was, but it may be that the maintenance facility wasn't in the original place as the plans were, and maybe not placed properly. And I don't know if there's anything we can do about taking a look at that and seeing if that's exacerbating the noise problem to begin with.
That's on file as being one of the facts that why there is a problem, that one of the tire changing and other kinds of maintenance facilities is actually on the opposite side of where it was originally approved. That's been verified.
So is that an actionable item for us to say?
Yes, potentially, yes.
Okay.
At
Well,
least
I
for you
think-
to consider.
Yeah, well, I would definitely like to see what our options are in that for sure.
Okay.
And I certainly would like to, I recommend, well, I don't know what to,
No.
I recommend sending it to the council and setting up for their idea whether we want to rescind that 1 year, whatever.
The one-year resolution.
Yeah.
In doing that, in recommending that to the council, then that would give you the ability of calling it up for public hearing at the end of October.
Let's do it. Do you all concur with that?
Are you sure it was 1 year though? Because I remember their case was that we're here, we're making noise, don't put a hospital next to us, and then come back and tell us you're making too much noise because the hospital is here, because we've been here first. Are you sure it was only for 1 year?
Yeah, it was a time-limited thing, and it was basically, I think, part of the agreement reached between AC and the city as part of the post-Kaiser negotiations that went on.
But it didn't have anything to do with the, has it been 12 years? Yeah, 12-year noise that we've had with AC Transit. I mean, I realize that the city, as part of their agreement with Kaiser and AC, did this ordinance. But that shouldn't have anything to do with us, because our problem has been ongoing. This dispute's been going on before this planning commission, pushing 3 years now. And certainly predates and any agreement the city might have made. And that has never, ever been resolved. Our first complaint, I believe, was about 3 years ago when I wrote to the planning commission asking to have a revocation hearing at that time. And as you may or may not remember, Mr. Scheide came and made all kinds of promises, and the baffles have never been installed, and what was his story? They were having a fight with a contractor, and they had to go back to the engineer because this wouldn't work and that. I mean, he just drug it on for 9 months. He's a master of smoke and mirrors, and I think it's time that we make AC Transit accountable. And that's what I'm after here, just some accountability. As you may recall, Mr. Scheide also said, I want Kaiser to be a good neighbor to me. I want Chiron to be a good neighbor to me. When the hell is AC Transit going to be a good neighbor to Emeryville Village? So it's time to bring it to a head. So whatever you guys can do, I would appreciate it.
Could I ask council if the planning commission is falls under this, what is the ordinance? Is it an ordinance?
It's a resolution.
It's a resolution?
Yeah, and I've not seen it, but if it's between the city of Emeryville, that would certainly cover the planning commission.
So
And I would have to look at it to see how
So calling for a
broad.
revocation hearing would be in violation of that resolution. So us asking, so Joe's motion to ask the council to rescind that resolution is what we should be asking for, and I would like to second that.
Okay.
Everybody concurs.
Is that going to aggravate the suit?
I think it may help.
You think so?
I don't think anything would hurt.
Okay.
How
we
could
need
it
to take a vote on
aggravate
that?
it?
I don't know.
where
I mean,
are
I
we
just,
now?
they will dig in.
No.
And ask for.
Well, it would enable you to pursue complaints. I think there's good cause. You've gotten further complaints about this facility. I think there's also good cause for you to review the facility in light of their recent cutbacks and their need for such a large maintenance facility when they